breath on the pavement cold. Streetlights flicker like stories untold. Low piano bleeding through the smoke. Every note heavy, every word spoke. I walk slow where the echoes learn my name. Steel in my spine, ice in my flame. No siren scream, no need to boast. Power moves silent like a midnight ghost. Metal hearts beat under concrete skin. I don't rush fate, I let it lean in. Every scar is a signature sign by nights that try to break this mind. I don't shout, I don't run, I don't beg. I stand in the dark where the weak won't tread. Good islands cry what I never say. I rule these hours, I own this way. Quiet authority, weight in my tone. A gangster's crown made of bone and stone. Brush drums tapping like knuckles on steel. Every step measured, every move real. Distorted bass growls under my breath, like a promise whispered to danger and death. I've seen brothers fall to the hunger inside. I learned to starve my fear, let discipline guide. No halo above me, no cross on my chest, just a code I respect, and I leave it at that. City breathes slow when I pass by. Shadows straighten, even angels lie. I don't chase crowns, I don't flex gold. I bend the night till it does what I'm told. I don't shout, I don't run, I don't beg. I stand in the dark where the weak won't tread. Desert horns cry what I own to say. I rule these hours, I own this way. Quiet authority, weight in my tone. A gangster's crown made of bone and stone. Industrial rain on a rusted mind. I was forged in the pressure, left polished by time. Sax cries low like a wounded friend, reminding me how every story bends. I don't fear the fall, I respect the climb. Every sin counted, every move time. Low strings hum like a loaded gun. No need to fire when the war is won. I breathe in smoke, breathe out control. Heavy is the calm of a disciplined soul. I don't shout, I don't run, I don't beg. I stand in the dark where the weak won't tread. Do the dawns cry what I never say. I rule these hours, I own this way. Quiet authority carved in the night. A gangster's walk, slow, cold, precise. Piano fades, city exhales, my shadow remains. When the daylight fails, no legend spoken, no myths thrown, just a man in the night. Both dangerous, both alone. city exhales a fog of diesel and sin, where the shadows end and the ghost work begins. I don't wear a crown, just the weight of the name, fueling the hunger and fanning the flame. The upright bass is a pulse in the floor, a rhythmic reminder of blood at the door, where the ink in the ledger, the grit in the gears, the silence that's whispered for 20-odd years. It's a cold kind of kingdom, built on the breath of 1,000 small choices between life and death. Soft as a saxophone, hard as a stone, a lion who's learned how to govern alone. No sirens, no shouting, just power and poise, the heavyweight spirit beneath all the noise. Oh. The glass hits the mahogany, amber and slow. I've got brothers in high seats and shadows below. We don't talk of loyalty, we wear it like skin, the armor you forge when the world won't let in. Every scar is a map, every debt is a prayer. I can taste all the secrets that hang in the air. The industrial hum, the mechanical beat, the rhythm of iron beneath concrete feet. It's the quiet authority, the no that needs no shouting, the calm in the eye of the riot. We are the architects of the dark, carving our legacy into the sparks. So let the neon flicker and the rain turn to ice. Everything valuable comes with a price. I'll sit in a corner, shrouded in smoke, the hand on the lever, the truth in the yoke. Resilient as winter, grounded and deep, while the rest of the city is shallow and asleep. Underground control, the king of the silence, the ghost in the gold. Midnight concrete breathes my name in frost. I walk the veins where the city lost its pulse. Fedora low, collar up against the rain. Every shadow owes me tax, every light stays chained. A bright bass hums my heartbeat to the floor. One wrong glance and the room remembers war. I don't raise my voice, silence cuts deeper. Men fall like old bills when the reapers speak. They whisper my title in backroom haze. King of nothing, ruler of graves. I'm the sovereign of shade, crown forged in lead. Drink black coffee laced with the tears they shed. No crown of gold, just iron around my wrist. Control the board when the pawns cease to exist. Ride or die in the fog, no flag, no plea. This city's pulse belongs to me. Quiet thunder in my step, low and slow. Gangster eternal, watch the weak wings blow. Distorted low end rattles a rusted gate. I count my sins like loose change on a crate. Piano keys bleed minor, cold as a blaze kiss. Every scar's a story, every story's abyss. They come for the throne with trembling hands and lies. I let them taste the dark before their final goodbyes. No screams, no flash, just a nod to the night. And another ghost joins the payroll of quiet. They carve my name on bullets they never fire. Fear's the only empire that never tires. I'm the sovereign of shade, crown forged in lead. Drink black coffee laced with the tears they shed. No crown of gold, just iron around my wrist. Control the board when the pawns cease to exist. Ride or die in the fog, no flag, no plea. This city's pulse belongs to me. Quiet thunder in my step, low and slow. Gangster eternal, watch the weak winds blow. Blackout, raised by the hum, where loyalty's paid in lead and rum. No redemption arc, no curtain call, just the weight of the crown when the empires fall. One last drag from a cigarette's dying glow, then back to the shadows where legends grow. Sovereign of shade, crown forged in lead. This city's pulse belongs to me. Neon dripping off a rain-slick street. Bassline breathing like a slow heartbeat. Keys fall low like a judge's tone. Every note carved from flesh and bone. I don't rush time, I let it stall. Watch too many kings rise fast and fall. My coat smells like smoke and discipline. I learned real power lives under the skin. Metal taps in a measured grind. Every move coded, every step designed. I don't flinch when the shadows test me. The dark already knows and respects me. Heavy is the silence when I walk in the room. Sax cries low like a prophecy of doom. I don't speak loud, I don't explain. Control is the language, patience the chain. Heavy is the silence, cold and precise. A gangster's calm is the deadliest vice. And I still dust in my lungs tonight. City hums like a beast, I keep on a tight line now. Distorted bass growls under restraint. I don't pray clean, I don't sing quaint. I seen loyalty rust and trust get sold. So I count my circle like bullets, not gold. Every promise wait, every word slow. If I nod once, that's all you'll know. Piano hammer soft, but it hits deep. I don't lose sleep, I make sleep keep. No crown in sight, no throne in view, but the night bends slightly when I move through it. Heavy is the silence when I walk in the room. Sax cries low like a prophecy of doom. I don't speak loud, I don't explain. Control is the language, patience the chain. Heavy is the silence, cold and precise. A gangster's calm is the deadliest vice. Trumpet muted, crying like regret for all the lines I never crossed but never forget. Low strings hum like a locked-in fate. I don't fear time, I negotiate. Steel nerves, velvet grip. I don't slip loud, I let the world slip. Drums brush off like a loaded breath. I don't chase chaos, I walk with death. Every risk counted, every debt known. I move like a verdict already shown. Heavy is the silence when I stand my ground. No applause needed, no victory sound. I don't shout wins, I don't display scars. I let my presence rearrange stars. Heavy is the silence, darker than vice. A gangster's rule, slow, heavy, precise. Last no face, city still awake. I disappear before the daylight breaks. No goodbye said, no name engraved, just silence walking, disciplined, dangerous, brave. Dangerous, brave. Smoke curls slow from my cigar's crimson eye. I count the debts that lesser men deny. The baseline pulses like a heartbeat cold. I deal in secret silver, stolen gold. These streets remember every oath I've sworn. Every rival buried before the dawn. The grand piano hums a funeral song for those who thought they could prove me wrong. We move in silence, deadly and divine. Toast to power with the finest wine. The night's our mistress, violence our creed. We plant the darkness like a poison seed. Leather seats and windows tinted black. I never stumble, never look back. The saxophone weeps for the innocent, but mercy's just another word I've spent. My reflection scarred with years of war, each wrinkle earned on some forgotten floor. The strings crescendo when I speak my will. This concrete jungle bends, it always will. We move in silence, deadly and divine. Toast to power with the finest wine. The night's our mistress, violence our creed. We plant the darkness like a poison seed. Industrial hearts that beat to iron drums. We came from nothing, look what we've become. The city's pulses hammered steel and bone. We built cathedrals from the pain we've known. Find my name carved deep in history's skin, a monument to all my cardinal sins. But empires fall and empires rise again. I am the cycle, I am the amen. So let the trumpet sound my last decree. I've lived 100 lives that made me free. When morning comes to burn away the night, I'll still be standing in the dying light. Velvet and venom, crown and gray. Some men are born, but gangsters we're made. The skyline is a serrated blade, cutting the moon into debts unpaid. I walk where the steam meets the frozen air, with the poise of a wolf and a velvet stare. The brass is muted, the intentions are clear. I've traded my trembling for everyone's fear. It's a mechanical grace, a disciplined hand, carving my initials in the heart of the land. We are the architects of the quiet trade, born in the heat where the anchors are made. Heavy as lead, yet light on the heel, the soul of a poet in a casing of steel. It's a slow motion riot, a controlled burn, waiting for the tide of the city to turn. And a low grinding pulse, the saxophone enters, playing a haunting, discordant melody that feels like smoke rising. Sit at the table where the wood is dark, one flick of the wrist, one solitary spark. I don't need a chorus to back up my claim. The bricks in the alleyway whisper my name. It's the brotherhood found in the back of the room, the scent of expensive tobacco and doom. We move like the tide, unseen and immense. The logic of power is the owner depressed. The gear turns, the heart learns, the bridge burns in the cold industrial light. We are the only thing that's right. Quiet authority, absolute law, the velvet glove on the iron claw. So let the rain wash the copper and grease. I'm the architect here, I decide on the piece. A neoclassical ghost in a digital age, writing my history on a blackened page. The drums are just brushes, the bass is a ghost, a toast to the men who endure the most. The city is ours to break and to hold. The city is ours to break and to hold. They ring bells for the dead. I toll for the living. Rain hammers tin like spent casings falling. I stand in the doorway with the street lights crawling, double-breasted wool soaked black as intent, pocket square folded over the things I repent. Cigarette ember, my only confessor tonight. Each drag a prayer for the men I ignite. They call it a code, I call it gravity. What goes up in lead comes down in brevity. No choir, no candles, just the hiss of the wire. Vespers for villains who never tire. And vespers in the cathedral of rust. We kneel at the altar of never enough. Blood on the chalice, smoke in the nave. Every vow I broke is another I gave. Right through the blackout, no halo, no crown, just the weight of the hammer that never comes down. Silent thunder, slow poison, controlled burn, gangster, communion, let the weak world turn. A bright bass walks like boots on wet gravel. Each note a debt that the living still travel. I carve my initials in a bar top of oak, next to the names of the boys who never spoke. They offered me mercy, I handed them smoke. Watch their eyes dim like a filament broke. No rage in my veins, just a low, steady hum. The sound of a city deciding who's done. They tattoo my shadow on prison yard walls. Fear is the ink that never falls. Iron vespers in the cathedral of rust. We kneel at the altar of never enough. Blood on the chalice, smoke in the nave. Every vow I broke is another I gave. Right through the blackout, no halo, no crown, just the weight of the hammer that never comes down. Silent thunder, slow poison, controlled burn, gangster, communion, let the weak world turn. I once believed in dawn like a fool believes grace. Now I trade sunrise for a different face. Mirror shows a man who already died, still walking, still taxing, still dignified. One last cigarette burns to the filter's end, then back to the fog where the real nights begin. Iron vespers, cathedral of rest, no halo, no crown, just the hammer never comes down. Iron 'cause the hammer never comes down. Low keys bleed through a dim-lit bar. Rain on glass like a distant scar. Bass moves slow, industrial grind. Clockwork city inside my mind. I don't chase luck, I calculate fate. Every breath measured, every move laid. Smoke curls thick like unspoken plans. I shake hands only with consequence. Metal taps in a patient line. I let the pressure teach me time. No sudden rage, no wasted tone. I move like a verdict already known. I was built for the night, for the long cold hour, where silence weighs more than guns or power. Muted horns say what I never do. I don't prove myself, I just move through. Built for the night, slow and controlled. A gangster's heart, discipline and cold. Neon halos on broken men. I've been on both sides, I won't pretend. Distorted bass under my comb, like a hidden blade in an open palm. I don't trust smiles, I trust patterns. I've seen soft words shatter hard matters. Every deal sealed with a steady stare. If I nod once, it's already fair. Piano drops like a closing door. I don't ask twice, I don't ask for more. City exhales when I pass through. It knows I finish what I start to do. I was built for the night, for the long cold hours, where silence weighs more than guns or power. Left-handed horns say what I never do. I don't prove myself, I just move through. Built for the night, slow and controlled. A gangster's heart, disciplined and cold. Sax weaves low like a tired friend, reminding me how all stories been. Low strings hum like a loaded fate. I don't break under weight, I calibrate. Every loss sharpen the edge I keep. I don't fear darkness, I let it speak. Brush drums breathe like a held-in thread. I don't rush endings, I collect. Every step echo and calculated might. I don't chase the crown, I outlast the fight. I was built for the night, carved from restraint, where mistakes cause blood and silence ain't. Muted horns bow when I walk by. I don't raise my voice, I lower the sky. careless and cold. A gangster's code, never bought, never sold. Piano fades, streets hold their breath. I vanish clean into the depth. No legend shouted, no name in light, just a man made dangerous by the night. The metronome of footsteps on the rain-slick ground. I orchestrate the silence, I control the sound. My words a contract written in the fog. The city's just a chessboard, I'm the analog. Brush drums whisper secrets to the bass. Every scar I carry earned its place. The night's my confessional, the dark my priest. I've made my peace with being called a beast. We are the architects of fear and fate. Built our monuments while angels wait. The underground runs deeper than they know. We are the current in the undertow. My glass reflects a stranger getting old. But these hands still carry stories left untold. The piano strikes like lightning, soft and sure. I've walked through fire to keep my conscience pure. They say the righteous walk in morning light, but I made kingdoms out of endless night. Each note that falls is heavy as a crown. I'll wear the weight of every man I put down. We are the architects of fear and fate. Built our monuments while angels wait. The underground runs deeper than they know. We are the current in the undertow. Distorted frequencies beneath my skin. The machinery of power, rust and sin. I've traded heaven for this earthly rain. Exchanged my soul for mastery of pain. The trumpet bleeds its lament through the air. For all the ghosts that linger everywhere. I don't flinch when shadows call my name. I turn my trauma into fortune, lost to fame. So when they write the epilogue in stone, remember I was never scared alone. The heavy rhythm of my beating chest is all the proof I need. I passed the test. Iron communion baptized in smoke. Some men bend easy. I was built to never broke.
The clock on the wall has a heavy heart, counting the seconds would tear worlds apart. I've got oil on my hands and ice in my veins, Ganasta of losses, the keeper of gains. The cello is weeping for what we've become, but the rhythm of power is a steady drum. I don't need the sun, I thrive in the gray, where the lions and jackals come out to play. It's a long way down from the top of the tower, but I like the taste of this midnight hour. Dark jazz coats and a heartbeat of stone. I'm never more dangerous than when I'm alone. Resilience is silence, pride is a blade. This is the life not the shadows have made. In the polished chrome, the city's a desert, but I call it home. Camaraderie found in a nod, in a glass. We don't leave our lives to the mercy of chance. It's the clink of the ice, the weight of the ring, the heavy-duty burden of playing the king. We're built for the winter, geared for the frost, calculating profit while we bury the cost. No apologies, no retreats.
This is a thread I haven't met a man I couldn't break yet. So call me a double and turn down the light. I've got a long-standing date with the edge of the night. Oh, there's no turning back.
The city don't sleep, it just waits its turn to bleed. Chrome on the wrist reflects a face I don't claim. Same eyes been staring back since the first flame. Trench coat heavy with yesterday's rain and lid. Every button a bullet, I ain't fired yet. Neon flickers like a dying man's promise. I walk past ghosts who still owe me homage. No rush in my stride, no need to explain. Time bends when you carry the name. They're like candles for saint. I burn them for the stains. Chrome requiems sung in minor key, echoes down corridors no one's supposed to see. Crown of rust, throne built on broken teeth. I sip the silence between the grief. No choir of angels, just the hum of the wire. Every scar's a verse in the funeral choir. Slow poison in my veins, steady hand on a grip. Gangster forever, let the weak one slip. Back alley confession, no walls, listen better than priestess. I confess to the brick while the cigarette decreases. Names carved in mortar, dates already past tense. Every loss is a tax on my residence. They knock with offers wrapped in velvet lies. I answer with quiet that blackens their eyes. No roar, no rage, just the weight of the cold. A man who's already paid what he's owed. They whisper my gospel in parole board halls. Truth is the blade that never dulls. Chrome requiem sung in minor key, echoes down corridors no one's supposed to see. Crown of rust, throne built on broken teeth. I sip the silence between the grief. No choir of angels, just the hum of the wire. Every scar's a verse in the funeral choir. Slow poison in my veins, steady hand on the grip.
Gangster forever, let the weak ones slip. I traded dawn for a different kind of light, the glow off a muzzle on a moonless night. No salvation waiting at the end of the line, just another shadow that still calls me mine. One final drag ember falls like judgment, then back to the dark where the real kings function. Chrome Requiem, minor key, crown of rust, throne of broken teeth. Gangster forever.
The night writes poems on wet stone streets in a language spoken between heartbeats. A low piano leans into my chest, asking questions I never confess. Neon trembles like a tired prayer. Smoke hangs still, learning how to stare. I walk where the hour forgets its name, wearing silence the way others wear flame. Still thoughts drift through a velvet mind. Every scar is stanza time designed. I don't argue with fate or fight the past. I let moments settle, heavy and vast. I am ink between heartbeats, slow and dark, quiet vow carved into the spark. Muted horns mourn what words refuse. Power moves gentle when it's true. Ink between heartbeats, written alone, a gangster's soul in a midnight tone. Industrial echoes breathe under skin, a measured pulse of where I've been. Distorted bass like a truth held back, a rusted rhythm in an iron track. I've seen loyalty bent like candle smoke. I've heard promises crack when softly spoke. So I trust the weight of what's unsaid, and the long road walked by the disciplined dead. Piano falls like a closing eye, each note a reason not to cry. I don't rush grief, I let it sit. Even sorrow bows to control and wit. I am ink between heartbeats, slow and dark, a quiet vow carved into the spark. You the horns mourn what words refuse. Power moves gentle when it's true. Ink between heartbeats, written alone, a gangster's soul in a midnight tone. Saxophone weeps like a memory bruise of all the mercy I never used.
Those strings hum like a law I chose, a code not loud, but one that knows I don't fear the blood or the cold of time. I fear a life with no inner rhyme. Brush drums breathe like a held back sigh. I learned strength lives where reasons die. Every step a line I don't erase. I move like silence, learning its place. I am ink between heartbeats, calm and deep, where promises bleed and secrets sleep. Muted horns bow as the night aligns to the quiet rule of disciplined minds. Ink between heartbeats, sealed in stone, a gangster's poem the city's known. The last note fades into rising dawn, but my shadow stays where the dark is drawn. No applause waits, no light calls me home, just ink and silence, forever alone.